Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing silver with black, official weight 140 pounds. His professional record, a perfect one. 27 victories without a defeat. 25 KOs from Trelew, Chubut, Argentina, the undefeated Lucas Matthysse. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue with silver, officially weighing in at 139 pounds. His professional record, 39 victories, including 27 knockouts with 6 defeats. From Brooklyn, New York, the former undefeated junior welterweight world champion and former undisputed welterweight champion of the world, Zab Super Judah.
Lucas, let me have him for a second. Zab. All right, Lucas, Zab, you received your instructions in the dressing room. I expect you to obey my commands at all times. I want you to protect yourselves at all times. Anything from here down is going to be considered low. Anything from here down is going to be considered low. All right, touch him up. Touch him up. Let's go.
The maybe half dozen times in his career that Zab Judah's been in tip-top shape, he's looked like $1,000,000. As Roy Jones mentioned, he seems to be in tip-top shape tonight. Can he still look like $1,000,000? Because if he can, there may be multiple millions in his not-so-distant future.
He pulled up his shirt yesterday at the meeting to show us his Bernard Hopkins belly. Don't know if he has matched Hopkins' 27-inch waist, about which Bernard was so proud back in the day. But he looks great. Matthysse, among other personal idiosyncrasies, likes to tattoo himself. I did not notice the rat tail in the meeting yesterday, so we didn't get to interpret its significance. He has had it in previous fights, I'm told. And right there, with the awkwardness of the way he threw that punch and the way his feet crossed, you see the reason why so many ringside experts are picking Judah to score an earlier middle round knockout tonight. The feeling is, at some point, Matthysse will make a mistake, and the vastly more experienced Judah will take advantage.
Well, Judah's showing me something already. He's starting out smartly by using his jab to gauge this guy to find out what kind of power he has. Feel his power before he just jumps out and tries to explode. This is very smart in his favor because he is the most experienced fighter. So don't go out there and show him your whole hand yet. Find out what you did with, then you open up on him. And Matthysse also did a smart thing because he came out and started first with the jab on Zab Judah.
Matthysse jabbing to the body there. Now Judah begins to work upstairs with the jab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jabs. Judah tries the left hand. Matthysse dumps under it. Hard right hand hook inside by Judah.
You see Zab capable of those did you see that kind of moves. He pulled one just a moment ago defensively.
And he looks much sharper punching-wise at 140 than he did at 147. Punches look much crisper tonight.
Great left hand lands for Zab Judah. The most effective punches around so far. A little right hook by Judah inside, and that straight left by Judah moments ago.
And you definitely see a beautiful difference in speed with Zab Judah, with his offense and his defense. But he does have to be careful because Matthysse is a very good puncher.
Break. Stop punching, stop punching, stop punching.
Looking at Judah when he looks like this, you wonder how he could have lost to a slower, more mechanical fighter like Carlos Valdemir, or a guy with so much less power like Corey Spinks.
He told us in the fighter meeting yesterday he trained 2 weeks for the Valdemir fight.
Well, that's one way to lose.
Deep breath, right. Relax with it. Do it again.
Water. Give me the water.
Calm down.
Give me the water.
Slow it down.
I got it. I got it. Take a minute. Take a minute. Take some water. Good. How you feel? State mind is there. All right. He's doing golden glove stuff. Take your time. All right. He's just looking for one shot. Just take your time. Pop, 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 pop. Let him get.
When you threw the jab, you complicated things for him. And don't lunge in because he's waiting for you. But he knows that you're strong. He knows that you're strong. He knows your power. He knows that things are complicated. Rinse it out. That's it. Rinse out. Rinse out the mouthpiece. Be patient, Lucas, and work that side. Upstairs and downstairs. And careful, it'll come. Don't worry about it.
Copy box numbers in round one. Judah 9 of 40, Matthysse 8 of 58. Judah landed 7 of 33 jabs, but the punches which in my view won the first round for him were the other two. A quick right hook inside and a straight left hand into the teeth of Matthysse. Incidentally, just as in the first fight, southpaw against conventional fighter, possibility of head clashes. Judah has already checked his scalp once after their heads came together in round one. Midnight plus 30 minutes in Newark, New Jersey. Zab Judah returning to the 140-pound weight class against unbeaten knockout artist Lucas Matthysse of Argentina.
Been a beautiful fight so far. I think for Zab's situation, he has to stay patient here and try to push this kid past the amount of rounds he used to go on, which I think is about 4 or 5. In Mathisse's case, he needs to hurry up and try to put his right hand on Zab and try to change the way this fight is going right now.
Yeah, you know, both guys are doing certain things well, as you point out, Roy, I think, but from Zab in particular with his speed advantage, it would be nice to see him start to set up some real offense by himself and not just hope that Matthysse starts swinging wildly so he can counter. Because although he's throwing that jab and an occasional shot like that, he's not really opening Matthysse up.
And it's not smart for him to open Matthysse up yet. He's given up 9 pounds, maybe 10. And Matthysse is a power puncher, so if he goes in and attacks Matthysse right now, he gives him the best possible chance of landing that big punch, and that's the only thing that he feels is dangerous about Matthysse.
So you're saying wait a few more rounds?
He has to. The kid hasn't been going more than 4 rounds most of his career, so why go out there and give him his advantage? He's best inside the 4 rounds. Don't go out there and give him the disadvantage or give him an advantage on you.
Mathisse's side feels that if Zab goes past 4 rounds, he starts to fade.
Well, I understand that, but as we all know, experience is a big thing here. Matthysse does not have the experience of going 10 and 12 rounds. Zab does.
Zab believes that without the lifestyle inconsistencies which plagued him in the past, he isn't going to wear down after 4 rounds now, as has been the case sometimes in the past. Plus, he's not fighting bigger guys the way he was in the welterweight division. And incidentally, you made a great point, Roy. Early in the round, we started to hear some fans expressing discontent, you know, perhaps not thinking that Judah's going after Matthysse enough. Those fans have no clue that Matthysse entered the ring weighing 151 and Judah 142.
They also don't have a clue that he has a 98% knockout ratio.
There's the discontent again. And I'm not really sure what that's about because they're both working pretty hard in there, even if there have not been sensational exchanges.
Right.
December 11, HBO Sports presents the premiere of Lombardi, an in-depth documentary about the legendary Green Bay Packers coach. December 15, it's the debut of the next reality series from HBO, 24/7 Penguins Capitals, Road to the NHL Winter Classic. Follow Sidney Crosby, Alex Ovechkin and company, leading up to their New Year's Day matchup.
No, he's just not coming in. He's not coming in because he's waiting for you. He didn't know you could box. He thought you were just knocking out people. But perfect job. Patience, just the patience I wanted. Keep it up. Very good work, Lucas. Keep a jab. And hit him in the arm. Whatever you hit him with, you're gonna hurt him. And he knows that. He knows you can hurt him. Keep working that.
December 11, Vince Lombardi. I'm just sitting here thinking in shock that there are quite a number of professional football fans out there who probably don't know that much about Lombardi and Bart Starr, and Forrest Gregg, and Ray Nitschke, and Paul Hornung, and Jim Taylor. That'll be a great show.
You all right?
You know,
Go.
Matthysse
Harold remembers all those guys vividly. Harold, how do you have it through 3?
I even remember Y.A. Tittle. 2-0, 20-18, Zeb Judah. Jim, if patience wins your fights, Lucas Matthysse is winning this fight. But I don't think patience wins your fights. I mean, Matthysse waiting way too long. In the first 2 rounds, Zeb Judah at least landed that nice right jab, landed a few nice straight left hands, did a little bit of fighting to keep this fight interesting. On the other hand, Matthysse using his patience in that ring. I mean, if this guy's a big banger, I wish he'd let go of one. We'll see how much he's got. Anyway, 2-0, Zeb Judah.
You heard Mathisse's corner reveal some of their strategy, saying he didn't know you could box. Hit him in the arms, hit him wherever. It seems as though it's to confuse Judah, it's to extend Judah. The strategy was for Matthysse not to go out and start winging shots early.
Discussing his work in Sergio Martinez's training camp in Oxnard, California to prepare for the fight, Matthysse, awestruck, said, nobody works like Martinez. It's unreal. You couldn't possibly do all that work. This just shows you he hasn't been in a championship level training camp before with a championship level fighter.
No, he hasn't before, but now he has. And right now you're seeing the effects of it because he's fighting very smart. He's moving to his left, staying away from from Zab, straight left hand and Zab left uppercut, which are his best punches. So he's fighting a very smart fight right now, and it looks like he may be trying to go back into the archive of tape and wear Zab down. But I don't think wearing him down will work this time, but that's what he's trying to do.
He is throwing Matthysse is throwing some crackling body shots, but Zab is showing a tight defense, even to the body, catching them on his elbows.
Yeah, but the bad thing about that is you can't sit around and catch too many because eventually one will slip in if you don't throw some.
And your arms wear down.
Exactly.
And with all this talk about wearing people down, one fact is inescapable. In 27 fights, Matthysse has been past the 4th round one time, a 10-round fight. But 26 of those fights are 4 rounds or less.
This crowd doesn't sound like it's going to get past the 4 round if they don't start fighting a little more. Like that.
Body shot by Matthysse. Zab Judah landed a left straight down the middle. Matthysse smiled at him as if to say, okay, you landed something. There's another one.
Hey.
Okay.
You don't give me water. Water.
Give me water. Don't pour no water on his head.
Yeah, Jack. That's why I told you, keep your hands up. You're doing like this. Yeah, check him. Check him, okay?
Yo,
all right?
tiny cut. Don't worry about it. No big deal.
You good?
You messed him up with the jab. You got him crazy. That's an exceptional round. Exceptional round. Be careful. You got you with that uppercut. Keep working it. Be patient.
Here you see Zab step back off of the left hook lead by Matthysse with a beautiful left uppercut right on the chin. And Matthysse took it well because he backed back and tapped his chin as to say, look, I can take that. At the end of the round, you see them exchange, and there's a bad headbutt that may have caused a cut over Zab's left eye. And I hope he keeps himself composed here and doesn't let that get to him.
Zab was upset at the end of the round. Must have been the butt which bothered him. Now we're into the 4th round, and remember, Matthysse has been past the 4th only once in 27 fights. Harold Letterman gave the 3rd round to Matthysse.
He did all the punching in the 3rd round.
There's a little bit of blood under Zab's left eye on the cheekbone, and it appears that cheekbone is swelled up. So I'm guessing Zab felt the butt was intentional. And that was the reason for his bit of peak at the end of the round.
Yeah, but I don't think it was really intentional.
I don't either.
Never can tell, but I don't think it was intentional.
I don't think so either. I think Matthysse is just an aggressive fighter whose head is coming.
Exactly. And you know what, like we discussed before, when a right-handed and a southpaw fighter come together, there's bound to be some headbutts.
Do you see Lucas Matthysse's confidence growing in here, Roy?
Yes, I do. He seems like he's doing most of the punching now, and he's beginning to believe that he can hang with a next-level fighter.
He's more fluid. He's not nearly as stiff as he was in the first round. He has gotten into the fight against Zab Judah.
But we'll find out about his experience with these later rounds, the ones past round 4, because he doesn't have much experience with that. So that's what may come into play here. But we'll see.
And now it's clear that there is a bloody cut, a small one, just outside Judah's left eye. Blood is beginning to trickle from the cut.
Judah has to keep with his jab and quit letting Matthysse lead with all the punches, because if he continues to lead, eventually he's going to catch the other one. There you go. But Matthysse is fighting a very smart fight here for a guy who doesn't have much experience against top-level fighters. So maybe the sparring helped him out a lot.
Put his head down.
Saw the brilliant left uppercut in replay that Judah landed in the last round. He landed that punch twice against Miguel Cotto in Madison Square Garden, and when he landed it the second time, whether unintentionally or intentionally, Cotto planted a punch right on his cup. And after that, Judah didn't land his uppercut anymore.
Zab there is starting to actually land the jab. When he's not really landing the jab, when he's sort of just pawing with it or using it as a rangefinder or a kind of stay away from me punch, it's not nearly as effective, I don't think, as when he really commits to it and lands it.
I think he's doing a good job with his patience, with his attitude, with his new character. I think it's very smart of him to be patient and be smart in this fight.
Take a little sip. Take a little sip. Hey. Hey, you doing good? All right? You got to stay the way, though. Huh? You got to stay just like that. Compose. Take the round. Remember, you're putting the rounds in the bank. Yo, listen, start letting that left hand go. Even you don't look, stay, look, do this here. Pop, 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 pop. When you go, then let the real shit go. Pop, 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 pop. That's how you got to steal the fight.
And you look at that graphic, you see the difference between Zab Judah at 140 pounds throughout his career as opposed to at 147 pounds, multiple fights in both weight classes. From a CompuBox standpoint, pretty graphic. He throws nearly 15 punches more per round at 140 pounds and 11 more jabs per round. Now, tonight, in the first 3 rounds, he threw a total of 151 punches. That's 50.3 punches a round. So farther down toward where he's been in the 147-pound class, and that probably has something to do with the strength and power of Lucas Matthysse.
Yes, it does, and he has to put something on Matthysse to show him that he has punching power as well, or Matthysse would try to walk right through him.
You know, Yoel Judah, Zab's father and trainer, said something very interesting in the corner just now. He said, I want you to, and the gist of it was basically hit him a couple shots and move away. That's how you're going to steal this fight. We're only in the 5th round. Zab's a heavy favorite, and already Yoel feels Zab's going to have to steal the fight.
Very telling. But sometimes, of course, the trainer will keep trying to generate respect for the opponent to keep his fighter focused and concentrated.
And maybe they see something more in Matthysse, and the main, the most important thing is to get that win. Still, for a heavy favorite with the expectation of looking sensational, I think Matthysse, maybe it's his boxing ability. Roy, what is it that's already making them think a little differently?
It's his boxing ability and the fact that he's a strong puncher, so they don't want Zab to get caught up into trying to knock him out or throwing big punches with him, because then you make yourself susceptible to the big shot. And Matthysse definitely is still a very powerful puncher. He's a bigger fighter right now, and it wouldn't be smart for Zab to go in and trade with him.
Indeed, you saw there, Zab back out rather than to trade with Matthysse. He's made that choice a couple of times here in this round.
Hacked straight out, which is not the wisest thing for Zab a couple times.
When I say don't punch, don't punch.
No, if Yoel Judah's watching carefully, I don't see how he could have missed it, that Matthysse is a far more confident and comfortable fighter now than he was in rounds 1 and 2. And incidentally, just to belabor the point, This is the second time in his career that Matthysse has been this far in a fight. He's in round 5 for only the second time in 28 fights. And there, the right hand brings the blood back outside the left eye of Judah. Now Judah suddenly opens up and throws 2 good left crosses in a row.
Gotta be careful though, don't run down the pipe.
And a third left cross and a right hook.
You gotta be really
All
careful
right,
with head foot.
watch your head. All right?
Earl Brown's looking for that too. Good referee.
Time!
Respirando, respirando.
Breathe deeply,
Aguante el aire,
breathe deeply,
aguante el aire.
breathe and hold it.
¿Está bien?
Let it go, you okay? Good.
¿Te diste cuenta que en cuanto te quedas por dentro?
You see that when you're on the inside, he can't catch you.
Te ha pegado una sola vez.
He only hit
Pero
you
te está
once.
esperando porque no
But
sabe
he's
qué
waiting
hacer.
for you because he doesn't know what to do. You broke his scheme. Be patient, be patient.
Look at that graphic.
patient.
Look
You're
at that
good.
graphic.
Para tener que tirar y llegar más con la vez.
Just
That's
keep
a
boxing,
stunning
keep
contrast.
it. Listen, but give me this here. Give me 1, 2, 3s. 1, 2, 3, and then step around. 1, 2, 3, and then double jab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step around him. You score on points. Keep scoring. All right? You see the slow ass punch he's throwing? When you start hitting him, he gets frantic. He starts playing wild. So careful.
Siempre termina con...
Always finish off with the left.
Stunning graphic which showed you that we're looking at the fight game equivalent of a football game between an all-passing team and an all-running team. Matthysse has the ground game going, 47 punches to the body. Zab is flying upstairs above him, 51 punches to the head. Harold, how do you have it?
Okay, Jim. 48-27, 3 rounds to 2, Zab Judah. I tell you, Jim, it's not the most exciting fight I've ever seen in my life. Very tactical fight. I thought Zab pulled ahead in round 5 when he landed some nice left hands. But I wish the devil he would pick up the pace. I mean, sometimes you wait 5 minutes saying, will Zab Judah ever throw a punch? I mean, now he's starting to work that right jab a little, but he's been terribly inactive. You know, when you compare the Zab Judah tonight to the Zab Judah what he's, you know, that you've seen in the past, he's just not getting busy. It's really amazing. On the other hand, Lucas Matthysse won rounds 3 and 4 because he did all the punching. 3-2, Zab Judah.
I get a great point repeated to me from our production truck that plays into all of that. Judah has fought 25 rounds in the last 3 years due to his suspension as the result of what happened in the Mayweather fight in Las Vegas and the other vagaries in his boxing life. So 25 rounds in 3 years against a worker bee like Matthysse, who hasn't gone rounds in fights but has been getting into the ring and knocking people out on a regular basis.
What Zab still has not done in this fight is imposed his boxing skill consistently. When he had success in the last round, it was sort of pot shot and counter punches that were snapping Mathisse's head back, but it wasn't coming off the jab. It wasn't stuff that Zab was creating so much, you know, in a larger strategy.
And Matthysse is beginning to focus a little more upstairs. He landed a quick left hook on Judah's jaw in the last exchange.
Yeah, he let Matthysse throw so many punches ahead of him. Matthysse is starting all of the engagement, and that's allowing him to land the better punches in the combination.
I think the key to winning the fight for Judah is his jab. His jab is fast and straight and good. Matthysse isn't quick enough to counter it. Zab should keep throwing the jab.
And throw it to land it, as opposed to just throwing it for the sake of it.
Best way to win the fight, in my view. Good body shot by Matthysse.
Don't punch. Let him go.
Judah's talking to us. I'm not sure what he said.
I believe he said I'm going for it.
Yeah.
Like he's about to open up on Matthysse.
He probably feels Matthysse is wearing down a little bit. Good try.
That's what he meant by going for it, I guess.
Break. Don't punch.
The Zab is business, a beautiful thing.
Oh,
Just like that.
Quick right hook by Judah at the same moment that Matthysse was firing a shot to Judah's belly.
How you doing? Good? Good? Good. How's your legs? Good? Good. Now, listen. Let's double up that left. Now, when you go in with the right, follow it up with the left, even if it doesn't reach. But be careful with the counter punches. With the right, double it up with the left.
Listen, Zab, just take your time. All right? Listen, you got to listen. Start hitting the punch. Start hitting it 1-2, and then hit it with 1-2-3, and then step around. Let's see watch. Just get them points in. You're doing great. Don't worry about nothing else. And keep your hands up.
Excellent fight, baby. Excellent.
Keep your hands up.
Stay with it. Don't make no mistakes. Vale. Vamos. Bien ordenadito.
Right and crossing, organized.
Not really sure what happened to Lucas Mathisse's right eye in less than 4 rounds against Vivian Harris to cause it to swell completely shut. He looks unmarked here after 5 rounds with Zab Judah. CompuBox numbers through 6. Or 6 rounds, I should say. Judah 68 out of 318, throwing 53 punches per round now. And Matthysse 69 out of 335. So Matthysse is throwing more, particularly throwing to the body. And they're landing at about the same rate.
Armando Santa Cruz at junior welterweight was an older fighter and naturally smaller fighter, and Zab lit him up. But in that fight, what was so impressive to me was that Zab systematically broke him down, followed his game plan, and then landed the big punch and knocked him out. There was a difference here. He said, I'm going for it. As though he waited 5, 6 rounds, let me try to figure this guy out, where are the openings, and then let me go for it. As opposed to what he did against Santa Cruz and when he's at his best, which is to kind of create those openings to dominate the fight on his way to going for it.
Break, don't punch, don't punch, don't punch. Don't push his head down, please.
I think he'd be wise, meaning Zab Judah, to land a little more and keep Matthysse off him.
Yep, and work that jab, like you said. That right jab is doing a really good job for him. Just like right there. He calls, you got to get off balance. Makes the guy show what he's going to do every time he starts up that jab right there.
Absolutely right.
That right jab is the key to this fight for him.
Best upstairs punch of the fight for Matthysse. Right hand on the chin. Not full extension, not his knockout punch, but a good shot.
Didn't bother Zab at all. It's a beautiful thing.
Matthysse again tries to throw the right upstairs. Blocks Judah's left hand there.
Break, don't punch, don't punch, don't punch, don't punch.
With Zab's defense in this fight, in the sense that he's not just making Matthysse miss by getting out of there with his legs. He's catching a lot of shots on his glove.
Break, don't punch, don't punch. Let him go.
And he's
Break
keeping
up.
his hands up to a greater degree than Zab normally does.
And his patience and his discipline is very good here. Because usually at this point, he would get reckless in a fight. But now he's holding himself together, still fighting very smartly, and boxing very beautifully.
And he's showing legitimate and proper respect for Mathisse's 25 knockouts, and Zab has not always been that smart.
That's right. Good jab.
The question at this point is, if Zab goes on to win this, is it just to kind of get the W in the column and move on? Or can he do something here now to create the buzz that he once created?
Well, if he beats the guy 25-0, I think that's a good one. 27-0.
7-0. Don't worry about fuck. Don't worry about none of that. Don't worry about none of that. Don't worry about none of that. Water. Give me the water.
Take deep breath, relax with it.
We're going to take a look at a punch zone graphic, which will demonstrate the point we made a round and a half ago, a couple rounds ago, about this fight being between the air game of Judah and the ground game of Matthysse. Look at where the punches land on Judah. 64 body shots and 1 below the belt. Look at where the punches land on Matthysse. Matthysse, 71 punches upstairs, only 14 to the body. So they're fighting at different levels. Judah's punches are going over Matthisse's punches as Matthysse keeps digging to the body and Judah keeps trying to land upstairs.
42 left hooks to the body versus 42 right hands to the head.
CompuBox numbers in the 7th round showed Judah threw 45 jabs in the round, and Roy, you and I have already agreed that's the way to win the fight.
Most definitely. And both of these guys showing very superb conditions, though. They're both out early before the bell rings. They're ready to go, and neither one is showing any signs of fatigue.
And our interpreter, Jerry Alaya, reporting to us that between rounds in Matthisse's corner, he complained to his trainer about cramps in his legs.
I mean, that was real good Zab Judah. There it was again, catch and counter, precision and power.
Two excellent left hands in the round by Judah.
But again.
No, you're pulling in them.
Complaining about a butt again. And
come on, now the warning. Watch your head.
now Earl Brown is warning Matthysse as Judah
I won.
And
was
this,
hurt by the clash.
this is where you watch to see if Judah maintains his calm, maintains his composure here. In the past, we've seen him do less than smart stuff in these kinds of situations when he's frustrated.
Roy, did you ever have an opponent you felt was purposely trying to butt you?
Yeah, the last one, as a matter of fact.
Oh, you mean Bernard?
I don't want to talk about it.
Bernard, of course, watching tonight in Delaware. Hey, Bernard, how are you? You probably texted him 3 minutes before we went on the air.
Zab has landed some very good left hands this round. First round, I think he finally really caught Matthysse pretty clean.
Don't punch.
One of the things that makes 140 pounds an interesting division is that none of these guys have really taken the division by the reins.
Nope.
Timothy Bradley moved up to welterweight, looked less than spectacular, beating Abreu. Devin Alexander maybe lost to Kotelnik and got a gift. Amir Khan's already been knocked out, though he's looked good recently against the right opponent. And here Zab is winning and looking better as the fight goes on, but not really taking the division by storm at the moment.
Since Amir Khan has gone into the wild card gym and been trained by Freddie Roach, the atmosphere of the division has changed. It will remain to be seen. Now, earlier tonight, former American Olympian Saddam Ali, who was the star of our Beijing Olympic team, got another win to go 10-0 early in his career, totally outclassing Gary Bergeron from New Orleans. Max, you used to watch him in Golden Gloves in New York. What about Saddam Ali?
He was the dominant, along with Danny Jacobs, the dominant Golden Gloves fighter of his era. He's heavy-handed. He's a precision puncher.
Hands on a little more, okay?
And he's been successful so far early in his pro career.
Keep boxing, right there. And listen, don't pull back. Listen to me good. Yeah, don't pull back.
He see Lucas Matthysse after Zab starts to come in, he grabs him, he tries to hook him, but he pulls him forward, and I think that's what caused the headbutt that time. He overshot him with the hook and pulled Zab towards him, and it caused a bad collision of the head.
And caused Earl Brown to issue a warning to Lucas Matthysse, but that was the first warning. Often fighters would get 2 of them before a point is taken away. Harold, how do you have it come into the night?
5 rounds to 3, 77, 75, Zab Judah. Jim, I thought Zab Judah pulled into the lead in round 7 and 8. I thought he had a good round around 7 and 8. I would have been happy if he didn't stick out his tongue so much. He does that constantly. It's funny. If you watch Zab Judah, when he's going to get defensive in that punch, he'll roll that right shoulder in. He does that quite often. He'll roll the right shoulder in and he's going to cover up. He won't punch when he rolls the right shoulder in. Every single time. But be as it may, Zab Judah landing nice right hands, occasionally a real good left hand. He got much more aggressive in the 8th round before the headbutt. 5-3, Judah.
The feather in Matthisse's cap there is that you had it as an even fight through 6 rounds. There are many experts here at ringside who expected Matthysse was gone by the 4th or 5th round.
guys remember the young Zab Judah who fought Mickey Ward? Won 12 rounds. Ward hurt him with a body shot, but everyone Ward ever hit in the body hurt. And it was a tough fight, but Zab won almost every round. And you guys keep talking about the right jab. He was pumping it out consistently in that fight.
And he has to keep pumping it out here to keep it safe for himself.
Look, when you have the kind of hand speed that Zab Judah has, if you're willing and assertive enough to keep throwing the jab, it's going to be very hard for any opponent to get around it. It would have to be somebody with equal hand speed and the possibility of countering.
No holding, no holding. No, you're holding him and hit him. No holding. Go.
The other good thing I like tonight is the ability of Zab to absorb Matthysse's punch. So far, he's done a great job of absorbing the big punches by Matthysse.
Don't punch, don't punch, don't punch.
1 a.m. in Newark, New Jersey. Perfect time for the fight to heat up between Zab Judah in the blue trunks and Lucas Matthysse in the gray.
Zab has to be careful of this hook Matthysse is throwing because it's starting to land with a little bit more regularity now, and that's not a good thing.
Yeah, for a guy who has only been past the 4th round once in a 28-fight career prior to tonight, Matthysse hasn't slowed down a beat.
No punching, no punching.
Despite the fact he was complaining about leg cramps to his trainer a couple of rounds ago. And, you know, we'll make the point again. He trained in the Oxnard, California camp of Sergio Martinez, who's made the most dramatic rise in the sport in the last couple of years, coming from more or less nowhere to become the middleweight champion of the world. And Martinez is a legendary hard worker, and Matthysse obviously got some of the rub off.
Good job. That's the pressure that I want. But follow it up. Follow it up. He's fucked up. When you press him, he's messed up. If you let him work, he works. But press him with his mind. Press him. Hit him. How are you, okay?
You got him in time up. Sometimes think, use everything you got, okay?
Deep breath, do it again.
Your leg, baby. He's
Do it
ready.
again.
He's ready.
So good.
But then keep by. I want your hands up. He's trying to catch you with one shot.
You win it.
Don't give it to him.
Keep winning.
He's doing great. Keep boxing. Don't worry about it. You're going to see the shots. He's with you.
Ready to go. Move your head. Move. You got him. He's got nothing left.
Well, if you listen to Judah's corner very carefully, they'll tell you that Matthysse has nothing left. And if you listen to Mathisse's corner carefully, they'll tell you Judah has nothing left. Truth is, both fighters have something left.
Break, no punching, no punch, no punch, no punch, no punch.
As we come to the 10th of a scheduled 12. We've mentioned all the stars in the 140-pound weight class and the big fights that could conceivably await the winner. The likely next step, particularly for Judah if he wins, according to main event promoter Kathy Duva, would be to fight for a vacant 140-pound title against Kaiser Mabuza of South Africa. What kind of a fighter is Mabuza, Max?
He's not special in terms of talent, but he's a rugged, determined fighter who beat the hell out of Kendall Holt. So the question is how much Kendall Holt, longtime stalwart in the division, has left, and whether Mabuza was getting a really shot Kendall Holt. Hasn't fought since then. And in terms of talent, it's a mismatch.
Hard right hand by Matthysse. Zab Judah goes down.
4, 5, 6.
What a stunning turn of events in round 10.
Come here.
And suddenly the Argentine puncher has made his point.
Well, Zab doesn't come too much.
Judah comes with a right hook immediately.
No punch.
Looks as though Zab's going to try to fight his way through this.
Judah's very dangerous here.
Yeah, but he let Matthysse start throwing too many punches and come at him too much. You can't let that happen.
He's allowing Matthysse to throw his right hand with impunity.
No punch. Right.
Matthysse does not seem bothered by Judah's power.
Not at all.
Break, no punch, no punch.
He's grinning at it.
Break. No punching, no punching.
That was a hard body shot. And there's a big left hook. At some point, Zab's going to have to consider holding on, Roy.
Yeah, you're going to have to consider holding on very quickly here.
We've got 1 minute left in the 10th.
A good shot. Good uppercut.
Don't punch, don't punch,
But,
don't punch.
and that's why I say Zab's dangerous. He's a puncher and he has fast hands and he's willing to throw those shots when he's hurt. But Matthysse is walking right through them.
Yeah, he's walking right through him, but you got to still touch him and make him respect him like that. And you got to get out after he throws him. You can't throw him and stay up. Because Matthysse is throwing good counters behind him.
Watch your head.
You made a great point in the first fight, Roy. Robert Guerrero could clearly take Vicente Escobedo's punch better than vice versa. Right now, Lucas Matthysse takes Zab Judah's punch better than vice versa.
Yes. But Zab got to quit letting him throw the punches so freely. Zab got to go first, like right there. You should have punched first. He doesn't have too much confidence coming forward.
Another knockdown would make the scorecard very interesting. It's already a 10-8 round. And either thing could happen, but the bell sounds before another knockdown takes place. Now Matthysse is seriously in the fight.
You know what you did, right? You drop your hands, you pull straight back. I told you don't do that. Don't get relaxed with him. He's looking for one. Didn't I tell you looking for one? Give me this water. Now look, you're still doing good. You listen, he gonna listen. Listen. You pump 2, 3, Jim, and you time up.
No, y el otro también lo agarró. The other guy's holding too.
Póngame acá, vamos. Lo que tiene que hacer es 1, 2, 3, no te lo
1,
comas.
2, 3, and don't eat the punches.
Here you see Matthysse coming forward. Zab allowed him to come forward too much. He's attacking with so much regularity and confidence. They lands the overhand right down the side of Zab's left glove. And that caused the knockdown. A beautiful overhand right that Matthysse landed. But Zab was letting him come in too freely, and he finally landed the shot he's been trying to land all night. But
He
Zab
scored
did
the
better.
knockdown punching through the glove block. That's power. Power punches in 10. Matthysse landed 23 of 61. Now here comes round 11. And Matthysse comes out firing.
And he landed the right hand right away.
Zab Judah on the defensive. 11th round in Newark. Judah's attempt to regain stardom in the 140-pound weight class suddenly in a darkened room.
Zab's come off the deck to win before. Early in his career, Tehran Millette and Jan Bergman with sanctioning body belts on the line. But those were in fights he was dominating against opponents he was clearly superior to. This is a fight he has not dominated against an opponent he has not been able to establish real superiority over.
Well, you have to attack first. As long as you let Matthysse attack first, he's going to get caught just like he's doing now.
Right now, this is becoming a one-sided fight because Judah's reluctant to throw because he's scared of getting hit back by the power that Matthysse has shown in the last 2 rounds. And if Zab's not going to throw, he's not going to win rounds. Hard right hand by Matthysse. Judah trying to get his jab back out there. Another hard right hand by Matthysse. Zab backing into the ropes and taking shots.
You got to be first. You got to get Matthysse off of himself.
Don't punch. Let it go.
How much of Zab's weariness is the product of all those body shots in the first 8 rounds?
A lot of this weird is the product of those body shots. That's why he seems to be a little bit more tired and more fatigued than Matthysse because Matthysse invested a lot of body shots early, hoping to catch Zab late.
It doesn't look as spectacular to go to the ribcage, but it's more likely to win you the fight.
And this was Zab has to do to keep Matthysse from punching.
Down goes Judah.
That was a push.
And this is going to be called a push, but he ate a right hand before he went down.
He did eat a right hand, but if he keeps on attacking first, he won't get caught with that right hand. He has to attack first.
So it's going to take courage to win the fight.
Yes, he only has about a minute to survive, but he has to survive here. He needs to attack first.
Zab wobbled again there. 35 seconds to go in the round. Matthysse has it all his way. Good body shot with the left hand by Lucas. Judah trying to stay on his feet and avoid another 2-point round.
He doesn't have long, but he does have to survive here, and he doesn't need another 2-point round here.
Hard right hand. Another one. And Judah holding on. factors here. How are the first 9 rounds scored? How much does Judah have left after all the body and head punishment?
Hey, you want this fight? Please go.
You gotta fight.
You got stop it. Why you keep going to the motherfucking ropes? You ain't keep going to the ropes. Give me that water. Give me that water. Give me that water.
2 more rounds. That's it. 12 rounds, look. 12 rounds. 12 rounds now.
Don't worry about it, Dad. Listen to me good. Dad.
¿Cuánto faltan?
It looks left. The last one.
Sí. Igual.
The same thing, the same thing.
Mira, te está esperando muerto en el
Sir,
rincón.
you're not.
Por eso está
That's
el
corner
pecho,
of the
todo el
Attack
pecho.
the chat. Chat.
Here you see Matthysse coming in. He partially lands a straight right hand there, followed by a hook to the top of, or the back of Zab's head, but then he pushes him down. So I don't think that was clearly a knockdown. I think that was clearly a push down.
Matthysse with a 44-16 edge in power shots over the last 2 rounds. He is strafing Judah with hard right hand and left to the body.
Yeah.
If Judah can keep throwing and keep Matthysse off him, he may stay on his feet. Finish the fight. Harold, how do you have it come to the 12?
You know, Jim, it's a shame that it took until round 10 for somebody to take control of this fight. I've got it all even, 104, 104. In rounds, I've got a 6-5 Zab Judah, but Lucas Matthysse gets an extra point for the knockdown in round 10. He dominated the 10th, he dominated the 11th, he pulled himself right back into the fight, and on my card, whoever wins the 12th round wins the fight.
Let's make this clear. The graphic you saw was incorrect. The 11th round on Letterman's card was scored for Matthysse, not for Judah. The score was 104-104, not 105-103.
The problem Zab has now, I think, is what I identified earlier. He has not been able to create his own offense in this fight. Everything comes off of what Matthysse is doing. And as a result, even now, Roy, when you say Zab has to be first, he's only found success when he's countered Matthysse, when he's timed him. So how does he go first when he can't make the offense happen?
He has to go first with the left hand. Every time he goes first with the left hand, he lands it. So if he goes the left hand first before Matthysse gets a chance to come, then he's ahead, even with the jab.
Matthysse was just short with a right hand that might have ended the fight. Just to make it clear, on Harold Letterman's scorecard, the winner of this round wins the fight.
Zab's having a better round so far
Than he did in the 10th and the 11th.
that he's been having.
Yes.
But he has to attack first. Right here, you can't let Matthysse get off first.
Zab's totally on the defensive. Matthysse looks calm and collected.
No punching. Let him go.
1 minute to go. High drawn into it. American star Zab Judah trying to revive a career which was foundered in recent years, fighting against a guy not well known in this country prior to tonight. 140-pound weight class keeps producing surprises and stars.
And wonderful fight.
Is Matthysse the next? Hard left hand by Judah. His best punch in 3 rounds.
And that's what I said he needs to continue doing. Throwing the left hand lead early, right there. That gets Matthysse off. Doesn't allow him to get caught with a big punch.
Matthysse kept his fight close enough and then showed real power, punching through the guard of Judah to hurt him. Took control late, but handed to Zab. He picked himself up off the canvas and is fighting back hard here in the 12th round.
Zab was outboxing him there for a while, but rallies like that switch it back toward Matthysse.
Yes, they do.
Just like that in the last few seconds of the round.
Who will make this point down the stretch, and the round is over. What a battle. One official knockdown in the fight. It was in the 10th round when Matthysse put Judah on the canvas.
What a good fight.
Excellent fight. And now, Judah's bid for a return to prominence hangs in the balance. Lucas Matthysse won the 10th round in Harold Letterman's card, the 12th round in Harold Letterman's eyes, and he won the fight on Letterman's card, 114-113. A late round rush by Lucas Matthysse, I should say, younger brother of Walter Matthysse. has put this one into doubt. And now we are in total suspense as we await the scorecard.
Well, the kids
And here's a look at the judges. Roy. Joe Pascal, 28 title fights. Had Adamic over Areola, not a terribly difficult fight to score. Valeska Roldan. How many times have we seen this in recent years in big fights? And you always worry. 0 title fights, no notable fights. Scary. Here's another one. 6 title fights, no notable fights. So, just as was the case with Shane Mosley against Sergio Mora in California last week, you have 2 extremely inexperienced judges scoring a highly significant fight, which has gone the distance, perhaps unexpectedly for the promoters and organizers, and now a big decision yet to come. All right, we are told that Michael Buffer's ready with the scores. Let's get them.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards. Valeska Roldan scores it 114, 113 for Matthysse. Joseph Pasquale, 114, 113 for Judah. Hilton Whitaker, 114, 113 to the winner by split decision, Zab Super Judah.
Well, you may have heard somebody